In the particular case that I'm talking about here, what we've seen is that banking and banking as a service has been around in more or less its standard form since about the year 2000. Banking over the internet or distributed banking really wasn't a thing prior to about 1999, where it started to evolve. And then we've been working in this electronic banking space for 20 plus years. With the advent and the rise of digital assets, however, we're seeing a sea change in the way that banking can be processed. If we think about it a little bit, most of the banks around the world are set up for that end of day processing, right? If you want to think of it at a retail level, they shut down the end of day, they count with the money that they have, they process the checks, they do whatever they do in a retail branch. That's an end of day process. Think of the same thing at the head office. Now, in a digital world, not electronic, because remember, we've been in electronic for 20 years. In a digital world, we have 24/7 real time. So the concept of an end of day is an artificial construct, right? Because things are always moving. That change is really important, and it requires two things to happen. First, a technology change. And clearly, with the right amount of money and time, almost any firm can make the right amount of technology expenditure to have that overcome. But the cultural change, now that's something that's really critical and going to be really difficult for many firms. In corporate investment banking, we moved away from a 9 to 5, 5-day-a-week environment about a dozen years ago, maybe a little bit more. And we went to 24/5.5 with the follow the sun model, so that as long as somebody was open, we were continuing to work. That transition was, let's call it rough, to put it mildly. So imagine what's going to happen as the retail banking environment, changes to try to go to 24/7. That industry hasn't had a fundamental change since the advent of the internet. And even then, it really didn't change anything other than how the customers received the services. It didn't change anything fundamentally about the services. So now we can go to this 24/7 world, this real-time world, this peer-to-peer world, and that's a dramatic change. So what we're doing here at LevelField is we're trying to take the very best of the traditional banking environment, safety, security, and simplicity, making sure we have an awesome customer experience, and merging that with the very best of the digital asset world.